Greetings everyone, and Gray here for another Advanced Wars by Web replay. So on the north side is the Pink Cosmos Javier. We got MrStomachPain. On the south side is the Cobalt, what's this, Azure Asteroid Sasha. We got GreyyFoxx. Spawn as the Gray Sky Gray Sasha. We got GreyyFoxx. I'm going to do that joke every single time because that has the name Gray. It's going to be Gray. So, let's take a look at this map. This is not a Fog of War map. It is a triple base map with an airport in the sides. You have a seaport here, but that is surrounded by shores and land. So only black boats and landers can be utilized. However, you can always still have a static battleship there. And we got an early recon by Sasha. That's interesting. I wasn't paying attention to the build queue, but it seems a little bit early. And also not Fog of War. This map does offer a good number of shores, so it's very good traversement possible for the recon. So I have no problem cruising the front line. Of course, Javier deployed a tank. Wasn't somebody, I think it was a previous live stream, but somebody was asking, can I do a Javier match? Usually I try to set aside the replays beforehand, but not many people play Javier. And especially I can see somewhat understanding Javier's a little bit map dependent. This map only has 2 comm towers, 1 for each player. So he's going to have passive plus 10% defense, which is nice and all. Whoops, I keep on right clicking. So it's not going to be too spectacular with his day-to-day passive. And his power 2 power will be quite gimped. He's basically who requires a minimum of 2 comm towers, but in this case, I suppose he can rely on his plus 1% indirect defense, which could be quite nice. Dissuading Sasha from perhaps deploying out some artillery, and particularly rockets. Don't go for rockets in this case. Day 3 recon, do you think they deny the comm tower? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. It probably can't. Sorry, I was just doing a bit of counting there. My rough estimate is probably a no. Well, it can always park on your own comm tower and deny it to yourself. But that's probably not what you're referring to. Good strike there. Interrupts the capture, leaving his own infantry of 1 HP, which can be a decent meat shield. Javier does have 2 tanks here versus Sasha's 1, so Sasha can't push forward or tank this region, or she will lose it. Yeah, at least lose it ineffectively. Artillery infantry forward may just try to capture this property, may decide to just retaliate, 0 defense stars there. Tank infantry, it does have another tank over here. This tank just probably just keep us distance from these tanks here. Do now have a battle copter deployed in the field by Javier. It does finish off the infantry unit there with a 1 health infantry unit. 2 tanks here. And Javier's backup is a little bit too far away, so this tank will need to continue falling back away from these tanks. And does capture its own comm tower now. A little bit late in its own comm tower capture, but doesn't appear to be really necessary except for this fight over here. And it's going to take time to shoot that one. He will have this reinforcing tank nearby and this one here. So he's going to try to get a free shot here, because if Sasha retaliates, she will be retaliated even further. Oops. I actually hit the wrong button. I actually hit the previous turn button. Yeah, it's been a long day. I'm actually a little bit tired right now. Those days where I got my 10,000 steps in, that's for sure. So yeah, right now I'm even having trouble keeping my fingers Oh, that's why I've been accidentally right-clicking and accidentally hitting other buttons, because right now I've mapped it so my WASD is mapped to the next turn buttons and next action button. Very handy. That way I can focus on talking, I hit next turn while having the mouse point stuff on the map. Artillery does struck the infantry there, getting some damage. Recon at least will interrupt it from capturing, but it probably will be a machine gun down next turn. Battlecopter. And does another capture there. Infantry, tank. Javier only has his own battlecopter engaged in battlecopter mode, so he probably needs to get anti-air, and gotta be careful about this anti-air as well. Takes off that infantry unit there, effectively knocking out, gets a good strike there on the tank. Takes up the tank there, and now gives Sasha a marker crash. Huh. Give me a moment to think about marker crash against Javier. There's only one comm tower, so Tower Shield will give him plus 10% offense and defense, not to mention plus 10 offense and defense for activating a power and or superpower. While Tower Power will give him plus 20%, or effectively in total plus 30% in total. Which is nice. It's actually, even with one comm tower, is a little bit weak, but still not too bad. I think it also increases indirect defense per tier, which she's probably going to avoid going for indirect fire units in general, though she does have one on the field. Is this a matchup where you could actually eye for war bonds? But it's not high funds. War bonds does better in high funds situation because of you get a bit more refund. Not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, well, I know what she thought. She decides to pop the market crash there with 5,000. Wait, doesn't that? Yeah, she popped it before or after spending. That really neutered the capability, right? Tell me, what do you guys think? Do you guys will try to go for market crash or war bonds against Javier with one comm tower? Market crash is probably generally a little bit more reliable, but that was a horrible market crash. At that point in time, pops the tower shield, immediately pops the power. So it gets plus 10, or effectively plus 20 this turn, which is a nice bit of extra stats. So far, Javier's in great position. Tanks in the middle of the map. Tank there. Infantry, another tank. Sasha's turn. And it's 23,000 in the field, so probably won't be going for a Neo tank this turn. Generally, I understand why people say War Bonds is bad, but it's also not a high threat superpower like most others that she's fighting against. Good strike there. The battle cup help even out the fight. We'll take up. Oh! The extra defense from power did actually save it from attack there. So it actually is doing some. The power is actually doing some decent work this turn. And wait, did that 7 health artillery just only do? Actually, look at that. It called. Oh yeah, because the extra indirect fire damage. That's why. Because you get up to what, plus 40% additional defense. Here, I don't remember exactly how much indirect defense he provides. Let's see, increases indirect defense to, yeah, plus 40%. That's not too terribly bad. So, his power and superpower is good fighting indirect units. I feel like Vombo will be good on this map since it has a lot of cities plus a Sasha Kaboli with the plus 10% attack. True. Good shot there. Takes out that tank. Marker Crash is available, and Javier deploys out a medium tank. Infantry. So, looks like Javier is trying to capture a despicable neutral property, or Sasha is, and trying to flip a property. Mark Crash Pop, which completely gets rid of all power charge, and also give her plus 10 this turn. And her Neo Tank Torture 4. The medium tank can be a counter Neo Tank. It's gonna be difficult the first strike though. Get some good shots there. ATR is in range of the Battlecopter though. Join capture, railroad capture. Thing as well, does Sasha want to interrupt the captures or take out the Battlecopter? Battlecopter. Good strike there. Yeah, that's probably the more hidden aspect of Javier, able to resist indirects. Because as a mechanic, you don't usually have to worry about indirect defense. Javier's the only one with that mechanic. Because after all, Sasha just simply can't go for artillery. It nullifies part of her composition that, well, what most COs tend to put on the field. That's probably the real strength of Javier, not necessarily the comm towers, it's denying the use of indirects. So I would assume he does not great versus Max, but does well versus other more generalist COs. Except for the mechanic, I just don't know how to attribute a lot of stuff to. Takes the Battlecopter, interrupts that capture, but this one will be flipped. And this proper should be interrupted by this infantry. I kept on wanting to say this is a villager because last game cast was Age of Empires 4. Tank, a trio of tanks. So yeah, Javier may be one of the few COs who can punch into a indirect wall and actually take the hits. He's definitely a unique CO to say the least. Almost all the COs are pretty unique. Neo Tank here could go more southwards or more. Probably should start heading towards the middle of the map. I'll try to zone out that medium tank. Medium tank can strike out here, so maybe put the Neo Tank atop the bridge. Pops the Market Crash, which denies the tower shield, leaving him with a 0.2 at the end. What heresy is that? Get some good damage there. And here strikes the infantry unit and takes it out. This property will be captured. T-copter, that's interesting. Infantry, anti-air infantry. So it's like Sasha's going to try to push infantry forward. Right now she's at 23,000, so she has a 3,100 income advantage. Quite nice. Good strike there. I have a feeling it's going to get the Palau's power, not this turn, but maybe the following. Can't really be saving up for a superpower against Sasha. though that could allow her medium tank to pursue the Neo tank with the extra defense. Battlecopter infantry, infantry tank. Battlecopter strikes the tank, and tank gets knocked out. We've now got a tower shield available. And looks like she's going to try to convince the medium tank to strike the Neo tank with a tower shield. I'm not sure how well this will go. Let's see what he does. Pushing down south first, trying to get some power charge going. Probably not going for it this turn. Yep, looks like no tower shield this turn. Battlecopter, medium tank does fall back. Tank, infantry, and infantry. Sasha's turn. Neo tank heads up north. We know Javier does a 120,000 versus 117, so it's day-to-day difference. Triple boost. Onto the HQ as well. Battlecopter, tank, anti-air, infantry. Sasha still has a slight income lead. One captures there. Gets off that unit there. Do you have only one healthy tank here? Other two wounded tanks. Strikes up there, interrupts the capture even further. Battlecopter, tank, infantry, artillery. Takes out that unit. Tank strikes tank. Tank does not take out tank. I think possible Tower of Power next turn. Maybe Tower Shield this turn, so hard to say exactly what he's going to go for. Possibly Market Crash to pull it out next turn, so he should either go pop the Tower Shield this turn, or try to go with Tower Power this turn. Don't think he should save his Power Charge because of the Market Crash. Oops. Okay, it looks like the replay bugged out a little bit. Oh wait. The replay's bugging out a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Not going, I think. The replay may have bugged out a little bit. Let me refresh the page. Did the replay bug out? Let me just open a new tab. And the replay. Yep, and looks like Javier did in fact resign there. I noticed none of some of the next turns wasn't popping up, so it looks like Javier did resign that turn. Either way, this is Grey saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.